Hey, there we go. Hello, and welcome back to another video for the Rooted and Radiant video series with me, Reiki Master Allison, where we are talking about your chakra health while in menopause. What a ride it's been. We've gone from the roots to the sacral to the solar. We did the heart chakra. So now we've made our way to the throat. But before we go to the throat, I neglected to include this in the heart. So I want to go back for just a moment with the heart chakra. Because I didn't give you the essential oils and crystals. I was so busy trying to make sure that I got under 20 minutes because I don't want any of these to go beyond 20 minutes that I forgot. Skip right over that part. So, just for a moment, we're going to talk about the heart. So, I wanted to give you the essential oils for the heart chakra, and they are rose, geranium. Now there are definitely others. But rose and geranium are just those that are just really powerful. Rose, while she is expensive, I'm not gonna lie to you, is a delight to work with when it comes to your heart chakra. She just is. Now, for the crystals, you want rose quartz. I work with rose quartz quite a bit. Those that roll with me, y'all know I really prefer the rough stones instead of the ones that's been buffed and polished. But I have some that have been buffed and polished, and yes, they are powerful. But I really just like the rocks. But this is Rose Quartz. I work with her quite a bit as it relates to self-love, and just welcoming more love in my life. And then another is green aventurine. Say that 5 times over. So again, the colors of the heart are both green and pink. Okay, so if you're AKA, that should make you very happy. All right, so let's move on to the chakra of the day, which is the throat chakra, and the color is blue. I don't have a lot of this color blue. Um, I don't know if I can pan upward and you see it, but I'm gonna try it. Yeah, see right there, that I don't really have a lot of that. So this is the closest I have. And I have on navy. Um, So, oh, in my ring, I've got that blue. So the color is blue. Um, so let's talk about the throat chakra for us that are in menopause. And once again, because I have to keep saying this, this is for perimenopause, perimenopause, menopause, and post-menopause. Okay, because menopause is an important time in a woman's life. Every woman is going to experience menopause. If she makes it to this age, an age group, she's going to experience menopause in some way, shape, or form. Now, for some women, it's easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. It just is. But for a lot of us, it's very complicated. And there's a lot of energy, a lot of different things going on in our bodies, our minds, and our spirits during this time. Okay. So let's talk about it. So, what can happen? Well, first of all, the throat chakra, the color again is blue, and it's about your expression, your truth, and your voice. Also, communication. I always throw that in there because a lot of people miss that part. Because being a good communicator does not just mean talking, it also means you listen. But what can happen for those of us who are in the 40 plus, 50 plus clubs, you may feel more called to speak your truth. I feel that this is more so for those of us in particular of Generation X and elder millennials, maybe some younger boomers that are closer to being Gen X. And it's because we were raised under that era of you as a child should be seen and not heard. Your opinion does not matter. Uh, are we going to talk about emotions? No. Are we going to talk about our feelings? No. And if we do, we're going to be talked over by an adult. And that adult could be well meaning, but it still happened. So a lot of us, especially those of us that are women, especially those of us who are Black women, and then some women of color, a lot of us, our voices were taken from us because we're told we talk too much. We are too much. We're doing too much. So it stifled us. So now we're at this age where it's like, okay, I'm gonna speak. And we got, the goddess Diana Ross playing in the background. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. That's the way a lot of us are feeling right now. And it's great. But we also have to understand that as much as we speak, we still have to be able to listen and listen in particular of like when our children, grandchildren, our spouses, significant others are speaking to us as far as their experience of us if we are the ones causing them harm. But we're not going to talk about that. That's a whole other discussion. But it does bear mentioning because since we are dealing with truth within the throat chakra, okay? So a lot of us are feeling a lot more empowered and emboldened to speak our truth, which is not a bad thing. But also on the flip side, there's still parts of us that may struggle with being heard and being acknowledged and being seen. Because again, it goes back to the way that many of us were raised that as women, our opinions don't matter. When we were children, our opinion does not matter. What the adult says goes. The adults get all the good stuff and the kids don't. That's just the way it was. And, a lot of us, I'm grateful, are correcting those things when it comes to how we're raising our children or how we've raised our children. And we're changing those dynamics, which is really good um, for the generations to come. But a lot of us are still struggling with that of being heard, being seen, being assertive in a way to be seen without being overly aggressive. Because as Black women, we have to walk that fine line, don't we? Because we're always being pegged as angry, although we really have justification to be angry, but we have to always walk that fine line. So I think the throat chakra is something that a lot of us really need support with at this phase of our lives. Let me know in the comments if you agree. So, how can we be supported with our throat chakra? Well, vocal practices like singing or chanting. If you chant, let me know in the comments. Some people don't chant, they don't really understand um, chanting. I have chanted. It's not my go-to, but sometimes I have found myself doing it and not realizing that I'm doing it. So chanting, one of the most famous that we know of is when we watched uh the ancestor and beautiful goddess Tina Turner's story on What's Love Got to Do with It, and she was becoming a Buddhist and she was Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. That we should be, could be doing things like that. Can be very freeing. Um, the other thing is honest communication. Yeah, just being real, just being honest. Honest about how we feel, honest about how that person made us feel or that thing made us feel, being honest with ourselves, right? Being able to speak the truth and hear it, take it in. I know some of us push, 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 push because we, and I get it. A lot of us are in the defense mode because of those traumas and things that we're carrying. But not everybody telling us the truth is hating on us or trying to cause us harm. Some of them are trying to get us to come to the realization of some things. So just be mindful of those things, okay? And then we can have beautiful affirmations like, my voice matters. My voice matters because it does. It really, really does. So let's talk about some essential oils. So we've got peppermint and chamomile. Those are really good for the throat chakra. Um, Side note, I love peppermint oil. I use like a bunch of peppermint oil quite often, and I use it for my anxiety. So I take it and I like rub it on my chest, maybe some on my back, and it helps when I feel anxious, when I'm about to do things like this. And if my anxiety is starting to act up, I just go ahead and put some peppermint oil on, and it helps. It helps. And then chamomile is very calming and very soothing, and relaxing. So it's good for the throat chakra. It will help it relax. So if you have like some chamomile tea, so not just the oil, but like the tea, if you have chamomile tea, can relax. And that way you can feel more relaxed to be able to speak your truth, to honor your truth, to live your truth, to express yourself. Express yourself. And so the crystals are blue lace agate and aquamarine is another one. So that is what I wanted to share about the throat chakra. As far as us as women, Black women and women of color in particular, as we're going through menopause. Don't forget, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Do you relate with any of what I said? And let's just go ahead and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.